The mission of Barry's Poetic Session is to be a voice for poets in the tri-state. That's Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky. We're here to promote positive arts through media in the community. Also to inform the community of important issues and information. Thanks for watching Barry's Poetic Session. And welcome back to Barry's Poetic Session. I'm your host, Barry, a.k.a. The Dark Knight, and my co-host, L.I.F.E, Living Inspiration Forever, guided by the light of Jesus Christ, and you don't stop. What's up?
Hey, let's get it in today. Y'all don't normally see me dressed up, right? I can't have this dude come on our show. The wine man. I see him in all kind of pictures dressed up and stuff like that. Let's get the commercials out of the way. Next Sunday, your boy will be on 10:50 a.m. Inspirational Radio. They'll be interviewing me about my poetry and different things. I'm gonna talk about this show. Talk about my church, the Shepherd's Heart Christian Fellowship Ministry, Youth Sunday, which I'm in charge of. So it's a blessing. Also, September the 12th is our big event in Westwood, 2427 Harrison Avenue. We are going to have the Multicultural Fest, and it's going to be a big event. We're going to have a big show stage. Got different artists, gonna have different vendors. Might want to come and have different vendors and stuff like that. So we're gonna have R&B bands this year for the church, and we're gonna have dancers, singers, poets, rappers, of course, and we have food, and we're gonna have rides for the kids. So it's gonna be at September the 12th, 11 to 4 p.m. So we got the commercials out of the way.
With free food.
Well, no, it's not going to be free anymore. It's not going to be free. I had a meeting, and so it's not. No, it's not free.
Oh, yeah.
So you ain't coming.
Did me wrong. You done did me wrong. Ain't on my parade. But today, you know what? We're going to get some liquid courage going, and our special guest, owner of Markell-Bani, Fine Wines, doing it up today on fine wine tasting and other things today. How you got started and all that good stuff. Our special guest, Greg Lawrence in the studio.
The building.
How y'all doing?
Hey,
Right,
man.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
It's an honor to have you. But big shouts out to my girl Monique Colbert for networking us together.
Yes,
to have
definitely.
you on the show. So, man, before we get started, we wanted you to just tell the people a little bit about you real quick.
Okay, my name is Greg Lawrence, one half of Markell-Bani Fine Wines. My other partner is Sean Israel. Sean Israel, right now, he's on the East Coast. So everything I'm doing here, he's doing on the East Coast. We're just networking on the East Coast, and hopefully to be having a big market on the East Coast as well. We have a presentation coming up with food chain called Giants. It's similar to our Kroger's here.
Okay.
But Giants is on the East Coast, and that's what we're doing right now on the East Coast. Trying to lock down that. That'll be huge for us.
That's what's up. Now, how did you two come together and create Markell-Bani? Because that's neither one of y'all names.
It's our names.
Oh, okay.
It's funny, yes. It's our names. Markell is my middle name.
Okay.
And Bani is Sean's middle name.
Okay.
And that's how we came up with Markell-Bani.
There it is.
Yes.
What year? What year did y'all?
2008. We've been in business since 2008.
Oh, okay.
We were in Biggs. We first came out,
Right.
and we were doing excellent. We all know Biggs ended up closing down, getting bought out by Rimke.
Yeah.
And that hurt us because Rimke did not take any of Biggs' clients.
Mm.
So we didn't join the Rimke team because Rimke is based out of Kentucky.
Right.
Our license was just for Ohio.
Mm.
And at the time that happened, I mean, it was like clockwork. Right when it happened, Moscato hit the market.
Oh, yeah.
And at that time, we didn't have a sweet wine. We had a Moscato. No, we didn't have a Moscato, sorry, a Merlot. We had a Merlot, a Sauvignon Blanc, and a Rosé, which were doing good in Biggs.
Mm-hmm.
But once the sweet wines hit the market, people decided they wanted us to have a sweet wine.
Right.
So instead of jumping in on the bandwagon and doing the Moscato, we just sat back and relaxed until we found something that was appealing to us that would have longevity.
Right.
Instead of, once Moscato play out, someone mentioned something else. As Moscato go, then you go. And we don't have the money to be keeping up with the Joneses, and every time something changes, we have to catch up. So that's where we are today. We have 2 sweet wines now, and we've been trying to get into Kroger's, but for some reason it haven't worked. So now we're looking to the East Coast.
So for people out there who don't drink wine or alcohol and anything like that, explain to us what sweet wine is.
It's basically a dessert wine. It's good with all your desserts and stuff like that. And a lot of people who drink sweet wines with their steaks and good meals as well. You know, it's perfect for it. You know, what we didn't want to just give you a juice. Moscato is 6% alcohol. We're at 13% alcohol. We wanted to have a sweet wine with a full body taste.
Okay.
And that's why we went in, talked to our winemakers, and came up with a great product like this. What you hold in there is called it's a Niagara grape, sweet white grape. And this right here is called a Concord grape.
Right.
Concord grape, pretty sure you all have had in your grape jellies and stuff like that. That's the same grape that we use on our red wine.
Okay, so I can just drink this for breakfast.
Yes, you can.
It's orange juice.
Yes, you can.
So man, I mean, this is deep, man. I've never met anybody that looks like me that does this. So let's go back. What was the whole process? What was y'all doing? Like, man, you know what? We should,
Start some grapes.
ain't nobody doing this here in Cincinnati. The whole process, man, how did it come about?
We were having dinner at a restaurant. I don't want to give no credit to the
Okay,
restaurant.
right.
But we were having dinner at a restaurant, and young ladies we were with ordered some wine. And the price of the wine was so high. And that's when Markell-Bani said, we should start our own wine company. I don't know any blacks with their own wine company. And I said, I don't know any neither. You know? So we sitting there thinking, and that was the end of it. To him, that was the end of it.
Right.
To me, being the businessman that I am,
Right.
I got home, got online, and started looking up how to become a winemaker. Everything was great. I called Sean with the news, and he looked at the phone, I guess, on his end. I could tell he looked at the phone. He was serious. He went home and studied it. So I came up with all this stuff, and then he said, well, what are we going to do about we don't have a vineyard?
Right.
I said, a vineyard? I said, oh, shucks, I ain't got to that part yet.
That was my next question.
Yeah, I got to looking, and it's like, okay, it was a place over in Hyde Park. It was a winery in Hyde Park. I said, let's just go over there and talk to them and see how they go about doing it and how we can go about if they can help us get a vineyard and stuff like that. So we went in there, took our business plan, and actually it was the day that they were closed. Just so happened one of the owners was in there making wine. So we knocked on the door. Of course, he looked at us like,
Right.
may I help you?
Yeah.
Like, we want to start our own wine company. And right then and there, he said, you know what? I don't know if any African American wine companies, you guys may be onto something.
Wow.
We said, yeah, we don't either. That's why we're here, you know. So actually, they took us in and showed us the ropes.
Wow.
So we eventually outgrew them. They couldn't keep up with our capacity once we got into bigs.
Right.
So we had to leave them, and we had to go to California to where we can get a bigger vineyard to keep up and to mass produce what we needed at the time. We get to California, we meet some people, another black-owned place. It's a black-owned company in California with a big, huge, $7 million acres of grapes. And coming from here to down there, I'll tell you, it was a sight to see.
Wow.
I've never seen anything like it. So we took our wines, they sampled our product, and they said that they can do our product for us. We can use their vineyard, we just pay to use their vineyard, and they will produce our product for us. And so we had our own recipes and everything. So by doing that, we get all this wine back home. Biggs about to put a big order in. Next thing you know, the next day we're here, Biggs closed.
Wow.
We're being bought out by Rimke. And we like, okay, we just mass produced all this wine. We took everything we had. You make it, you put it back into your company.
Right.
And that's what we did. So we like, oh wow, we got all this wine here, and our main supplier is being bought out by someone.
Wow.
To add insult to injury, here come Moscato. we don't have a sweet wine. The winery in California, they don't care about sweet wines.
All right.
They strictly dry wines.
Right.
They wasn't gonna do it. So here we are without a sweet wine, a warehouse full of wine, and we just had two.
Man.
We still had 2 state liquor stores that were still carrying our product, but our main base wanted sweet wines.
Right.
Everyone wanted us to do a Moscato. For one, we didn't want to do a Moscato. For 2, all the Moscato grapes was brought out all across the world. Because Moscato hit so hard, people that wasn't making sweet wine, making Moscato, started making it, got in on the blacks. Took our stuff that we was drinking and capitalized off of it. I mean, they bought all the grapes up. The grapes were on back order. Even if we wanted to, they were on back order.
Wow.
That's how hard it hit. So we had to leave California to go find another winery that would do sweet wines for us. And that's how we ended up in Pennsylvania with the 2 sweet wines that you see here today.
Man. You know what that remind me of? I watched this show called How They Make Their Millions. And I always get inspired by that show. But one show, as you talking about the process of everything you was going through, it was this one show of this frozen food, I'm not going to name it, the frozen food company and how they got started. And they put everything into the husband and wife. The wife was pregnant and the husband and wife put all their investments into this company of frozen food. The first time they get everything, get ready to ship or whatever, the food had spoiled or something. Something went out. The refrigerators went out on their first day. Who in their right mind, like what kind of passion? You gotta have passion for them. So you got all this wine and your main supplier closed down. So how you and your if y'all just tuning in, we got Greg Lawrence, Markell-Bani. Why he's the co-owner of this wine company here. You're from Cincinnati, Ohio, right?
Cincinnati, Ohio, born and raised.
That's my man. So what this discussion did you and Sean have?
Well, the thing was, not only did it forced us to take a break and just sit back and look at the market, because one biggest supplier is going through a transition. We hoping that, okay, eventually they may do something to where they would take stuff that Biggs had and just bring us on board. But they didn't take anything Biggs had. They brought everything with them. So we just had to sit back, and we sat back for about maybe 6 months. About 6 months, and we got all this wine. I mean, we were doing wine tastings and things like that,
right.
And we still was, people were trying the wine. But once again, the majority of the people wanted a Moscato brand. I mean, it just hit that hard. A couple bars we tried to get into, they wanted us to do a Moscato. But I'm a businessman. I know once I buy and get into Moscato, somebody gonna say something about something else, and then you're gonna want me to switch over. So we tried all these different grapes, and that's how we came up with the Niagara grape and the Concord grape. So to keep going the way we wanted to go, we didn't name these wines Concord and Niagara. We named them Demerara, Blanc, and Anaya Rouge. Demerara is my daughter.
Oh, okay.
Anaya is Sean's daughter.
That's what's up.
So when people go looking for Markell-Bani, they ask them for Demerara Blanc, or they ask them for Anaya Rouge. Only people that's gonna have them is us.
Right.
No one is gonna be able to piggyback off of us the way they did Moscato.
Why?
Anybody can go make a Moscato. Anybody can go ask and make a Niagara or a Concord. But our product is not named after the grape for that reason.
Come on, black man. Now hold on, man. Before you was doing this, what's your background or whatever? Because you are truly, I'm just sitting down with you, I just met you. You're a businessman.
Yes.
You're a strictly businessman, you know what you're doing. I mean, what else, what's your background? Because me, man, I would have been like, man, hey, Sean, let's just drink the rest of this. It's over. It's a wrap. It's just some people like it.
Our business management degree, we had started a record company back in the day.
Oh.
Sean and I, we did that as well back in the day. And so we just kept going with business adventures, you know, got into little real estate and stuff like that, janitorial, things of that nature. So this is the biggest product we had. We felt that as long as we had product, we were always in business.
Right.
Even though it wasn't selling, but we're still in business. As long as I can go to this storage area and get some wine out, we still have a product to sell. We're still in business, and that's how we looked at it. So we just had to go to the family and gather up some pennies and nickels to get this stuff going. And just so happened, when we got to Pennsylvania, the winemaker there, he was from California. He left California and opened up his own vineyard in Pennsylvania. So by him doing that, this guy has been making wine since 1972. I was born in 71. This man been making wine since 1972. Right then and there, I knew, oh, this is it. We got a great winemaker. So we're not just putting out anything. People look at you because you're African American and don't think you know what you're doing. Don't think you're gonna have a messed up product, and they want to get your stuff for low. No, I'm just like everyone else. My blood, sweat, and tears is in these products. Along as Sean's blood, sweat, and tears is in his product. We lost a lot of money, you know, but we're still here. The wall that we're still here. We get there, and now we have plastic bottles.
That's what's up. When I felt, I was like, this is
plastic.
hot.
This is the best bottle that you can have. The wine lasts longer in this bottle. Now, people see us come with this just because I'm African American. They say, oh, you using plastic. I'm using plastic because I know the business. I know where it's headed to. To be a black man in the front of something, that's something to be joyous about, not upset about.
Come on, man.
I'm joyous about this. I'm happy to be a black man at the front of something.
Come on, man.
We first did our wines, we had the glass. We had glass at first. And the winemakers in California told us, everybody's going to the screw cap. But buyers coming in and said, no, people gonna think we cheap because we got the screw cap. We said, no, I'm telling y'all, the new thing is the screw cap. The wine, they found out that the wine lasts longer with the screw cap. Once you open it, when you put the cork back in, the wine go bad quicker. We didn't listen. Why wouldn't I listen now? I learned my lesson already. I can't keep trying to learn it. I mean, I can't do all this stuff, go back, keep my glass, and then when plastic hits, now my people say, man, plastic is better. Like, it's like we don't supposed to know that. We don't supposed to be at the front end.
Come on, preach.
You know?
Yeah, that's what's up. So we are here with Greg Lawrence on National Start Your Business Day. We'll be right back after this.
I'm gonna crack it open when y'all come back. That's what's up, man.
Hi, kids.
Tiny Tots Kitty Care, serving the Westwood area for over 18 years, is currently accepting enrollment for children ages 6 weeks to 12 years of age. Now open Monday through Friday, 24 hours a day. For more information, call 513-662-TOTS. That's 513-662-8687.
And welcome back to Barry's Poetic Session. We're here with Greg Lawrence from Markell-Bani Fine Wines, doing it up with different wines. And we were just talking over the break of distribution and things like that. And you know what? Let's talk a little bit different about wine tasting. What's the
5 S's. This is the wine tasting. See the wine, swear the wine, sniff the wine, sip the wine, and savor the wine. When we go out, we pass these flyers out right here. And not only were we just passing these out, we also put the 5 S's on the back of them. Teaching people, or whoever doesn't know the proper aspects of sipping wine and stuff like that. So we're doing educational things as well. I never knew that it was a process until I got in this business. Because we were just known to just take something, we just
take it to the
we
head.
don't know what to smell it, sniff it, and swirl it, and savor it. You know, it's proper etiquette. We didn't know about that. So when you come to our wine tasting, we try to at least educate you on that, on the proper way of doing a wine tasting.
Now, doing this, being an owner of wine, do you look at wine differently now? Do you taste wine differently, or Or you just like when we had Monique and she was like, I don't even eat this. I'm like, what? So you don't even taste your own stuff?
We don't indulge
Right. Okay.
in our product. I try to drink other things because when I have a key to a warehouse full of it, you don't want to. You can't. It's for sale. It's the business. It's not for my personal consumption. And
You
I
better
love
pay
it.
your two. You
Right,
better
right.
pay your money before
Right.
you pay
Don't
the
get high
bottle.
on your own supply.
Exactly. That's rule number one. And so, we do drink it and we do love it, We haven't had any bad things about it. Only thing you may hear bad is one person may like red better than they like white. But that's why we make two.
Right.
So that's it. Other than that, just great reviews about it, And still it's hard to get in a lot of different clubs around the area. They don't take this. I was told by one club that ain't nobody gonna want to buy this because it's in plastic.
Oh, why? Because they can't hit nobody in the head.
That's what they told me. So I had to ask them. I said, yeah, it's plastic, but that Moscato on that little cup you selling to people, that's plastic too. You can sell that, but I can't have mine plastic.
Right.
And that person didn't realize that, like, damn, what they just said.
Right.
This man over here can bring you plastic and you just put it in your bar and you sell it like crazy.
Right.
I bring you plastic, oh no, man, it's in plastic. You sell a Moscato that's in plastic.
Right.
Why can't Markell-Bani? And you're not gonna even sell my whole bottle, you're gonna sell mine by the glass. So who's gonna know it's plastic?
Exactly.
Moscato, you're actually selling the whole glass. Well, the whole plastic piece to people.
Right. Yeah.
So what's the difference? It's in plastic because that's where the business is going.
Right.
Once again, I'm African American. I don't supposed to know that. I don't supposed to be up on it.
Right.
But I am, and I'm proud of it.
Right.
So once it takes off down this area, then people will see. But right now, this is what we're riding with. And we're very proud to be at the beginning of something.
And see, it's politics in everything that you do. My thing is that I don't know no black man or black person that sells wine and owns their own wine. If I would be happy, like you're from Cincinnati, you're from my hometown, I would be happy to do business with you. I do want to ask you this: what is your ultimate goal? And do you want to expand? Do you want to make different wines or juice maybe, or what's your ultimate goal for this?
We want to do water. We want to do everything. That's can be bottled. And when we have our business plan, it's full of things like that.
Okay.
But it's one step at a time. The only reason we chose, like I said, we chose this because at the time we didn't know of any African American wine companies.
Right.
Most people, you don't see wine companies advertising to African Americans. Some of those wine companies don't even know African Americans are drinking their product. When Moscato hit, none of those wine companies were advertising to us, but they went and got the Moscato grape and put it on the market for us to buy. You haven't seen not one commercial, one wine commercial in our neighborhoods. Not one. Can you name one? You?
No.
We had a commercial. We was on BET. We were on ESPN. It's like a lot of cable channels. We were the only wine commercial out there. They do not advertise to us. And that's what we're here for. We're here to advertise to us. But I'm not gonna just sell you a sweet wine at 6% alcohol. That's juice.
Right.
We have a full-bodied wine that's sweet.
Right.
Most people love full-bodied wines. It's just we wanted to combine the two. We wasn't gonna come back out until we were able to combine the two.
So 2008, you ain't know nothing really about this. And I could tell just by talking to you, you did a lot of research.
Oh yes.
And so have you been to like trade shows or how does this work with pushing the wine and telling people about your business? I know you do taste other than taste testing.
Wine tasting.
Wine tasting.
That's about it. Wine tastings and through social networking. Social networking is huge for businesses these days.
Exactly, I know.
That's the main thing right now. That's all you need. If you got a social network like this, that's basically the only way to push it.
Right.
It's going through those social networks and doing wine tastings and stuff like that because people want to try the product.
Right.
People want to try the product. And
Well, I am so glad that Monique told us about you. As a matter of fact, I saw the picture on Facebook when she had her cakes out there and the wines was out there. And I was like, what? This is him? And I'm so glad that you're on our show, that we can put you out there even more, you know what I mean?
appreciate
So we want to do our job, and the little help that we can do, we push this and tell people, we taking pictures, we putting it on our social media too. So we want to do that. If you just tuned in, that's right. This man, Greg Lawrence, this is his company. He has his own wine company. We need to support him. And we want to tell a little bit more about this. So right now, give a little information about how they can get in touch with you.
Markell-Bani.com. That's the best way to get in touch with us. Is just go through the website, and we can, it's a section on there to where you can leave your information as well. And if you want to do some type of wine tastings and things like that, just let us know, and we'll see if we can make that happen.
Okay. Now, when was your last wine tasting, and do you do it on a regular basis?
No, we used to. When we first came out, we did it a lot, because we were just now hitting the scene. Our last wine tasting was with Monique.
Okay.
That was this last one, so it was huge. We had a nice turnout. It was a great event. So I thought we just talked about doing another event. So we're going to keep working together, networking together like we should, in our community, and we're going to put something else together. And hopefully, you guys maybe can come and film it.
Okay.
Oh,
That'd be great.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Now, how's that working with you and your business partner being out of town and stuff like that?
It's excellent.
Good.
And it happened by chance, but it's excellent because now we need that market.
Right.
We want that market. That market is huge. You got Maryland, D.C., Virginia, and Pennsylvania, all right there with each other.
Right.
And they're heavily into wine.
The heart of politics, and you
Exactly.
hit the Congress, and you back to all 50 states.
Exactly. So I mean, it's perfect. He was able to, while I was here being told no about a distributor,
Right.
he was down there being told yes. And I'm here told no by a grocery chain. He was told, okay, come do a presentation for us.
Right.
You see, so it's perfect. It is perfect.
So now, how does that presentation look like? What's the vision of that?
The presentation is this. They want to see your product, They want to try your product. They want to know how you're going to market your product. We have all that stuff. We have the commercials and infomercials and things in that nature. We have the brochures. We have the social media, So we're ready. If they accept us, we're ready to hit the ground running. And we have the product.
Take me back just a bit. How did you and Sean meet?
Sean and I met because our mothers been best friends since 2nd grade.
Wow.
So even in the wombs, from coming out of the
Y'all
womb,
friends no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, our mothers are still best friends. So, I've been knowing him since he arrived. I'm a year older than him. So once he arrived on this earth, I was around. My mother was there when he was born. I was right there.
So that's really like your extended brother.
Yeah,
almost.
yes, it is.
That's
I call his
a
mother,
blessing.
his mother's my aunt. She's been around me forever.
Yeah.
So that's how we met. We've been around each other forever.
So to say y'all cuz for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
People are like, hey, it's almost just like that.
Yeah.
So
That's how we met.
Well, that's a great relationship to be in business with someone like that, you know what I mean? Because y'all already know how each other is thinking, you know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
So that's a blessing in itself. Oh man, I just want to taste this real quick, you know what I'm saying? I just want to go home, put that steak in and taste. I don't even drink, but I do want to support. I really thank you, man, for this. So with the social media and things like that, have you been getting a big buzz off that? Like I seen you on Instagram and stuff like that.
We get a real, the thing about it is the downfall of social media, that social media hits everywhere.
Right.
And people want the product and we don't have it there. We can't get it there right now.
Right.
I mean, they know about it, which is good, It's real good. So once we get it and try to get it into these surrounding states, hopefully we already have a fan base to where they just go grab it.
Now, I guess from the rules and regulations, in terms of shipping, so if someone wanted a product, they'd have to have it within the states that you're licensed in. You couldn't ship it to somebody outside of you. Is that true?
In Ohio, you can't ship it, period. So I can't ship any wine in Ohio. You can't ship it through the mail. So we tried, starting up a little shipping thing with FedEx, but by the time people bought the wine and the shipping and all that type of stuff, it got expensive for people,
Right.
People didn't want to buy it. People bought other people wine for those prices. But since we're African American, they feel it shouldn't be that expensive. When we have a major winemaker, distributor, and everything, stuff like that.
We're gonna just get you a drone. We're gonna put them drones out, put the wine on the drones and send them out. But yeah, man. So tell us about the barrels, the wine's been in the barrels. How long do it have to take for it's in the barrels until it gets bottled?
All wine is not made that way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's just a myth.
Nobody's stomping on the grapes
Yeah,
with their feet.
It's technology now that does all this stuff for you, and the fermentation process and stuff like that. Some wines are aged. Sweet wines are not aged. You don't have to age these. And most wine nowadays are aging inside the bottle itself.
Oh.
So you don't have to keep it over and over. Like people ask me, am I a wine connoisseur? I tell them every day, no, I'm not a wine connoisseur. I'm a connoisseur at my wines, and that's it. There's too many grapes out there for people to say they're wine connoisseur. A lot of people come up to me and say they're wine connoisseurs. Like if I give them a red wine and it's chilled, and they say, oh, it's supposed to be room temperature. I say, if that's how you want it, drink it, you can drink it. But I take the time, I try to educate them. I say, red wine was said it's supposed to be room temperature back in the 1800s, when room temperature was much colder than it is now.
Right.
Room temperature was like in the 50s back then, 56. Now it's 70s and stuff like that. That's why I chill it, because of that. I know that, okay, it's supposed to be served a little colder than that, and the reason why they said that back in the day, because of that. But people still want to say, no, it's supposed to be room temperature.
They forgot the ice box back in the day and all that.
You got to think about it. This is the 1800s when red wine was produced, Merlot was produced. Room temperature was a lot colder. It's a lot colder, so it was like a chill on the wine. So I have to say that to people that come up to me and say they are a wine connoisseur and they know that red wine is supposed to be chilled. I say, if you want to drink it that way, drink it that way. I mean, you like it that way, it's fine. A lot of people don't know that, but they wine connoisseurs. The price on the wine is whatever you want it. It don't have to do with nothing else. It's whatever you want that price to be of your product.
So if I'm a store owner and I have my license to sell alcohol, and you come and talk to me, and we make the deal. What's the process of is it different, like, and we don't want to talk about money, I know, but what's the different prices, or, I mean, not prices, but levels, like, say, I'm not a big store, I'm a medium-sized store, but I want you in my store, so what would I do?
Let me take this call. How you all doing? I'm Greg Markell-Bani with Markell-Bani Fine Wines, and you are watching the Barry's Poetic Session.
And welcome back to Barry's Poetic Session with our special guest, Greg Lawrence of Markell-Bani Fine Wines, doing it up. And we're going to get up to shout outs and how to get in touch with you and things like that. But I was going to ask you, but I just remember the outdoor laws here of like a farmer's market, things like that they have around here. Have you had, or I guess they have different venues, any things where you guys go outside of, I guess it's a wine tasting, but it's not a normal venue.
Well, you can get a license to do that type of stuff. And we thought about maybe, one thing about us, we don't want to get out so much to the public to where people don't have the avenues to go pick it up once they leave us. You do all this advertising and people can't go get it. So we were hoping to have established more outlets to where people can get to, Until we do that, we're not going to do a lot of those things.
Now, on your wine tasting, do you have the product there for them to pick up, like right after?
All our wine tastings are done at places that have liquor license. We can't do a wine tasting without being at a place that already has a liquor license. So they take it and they buy the wine from us. You try it. If you want to purchase it, you have to purchase it from the bar.
Right.
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yes.
At any point, Greg, do you know, I mean, I know you got other business ventures. If somebody came to you and said, man, I love y'all stuff, I've been checking y'all for a while, I want to buy you out.
It's a possibility.
I mean, everything's business. So,
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
you know.
when you're a businessman, you have other business ventures on your brain all the time.
Right.
And that's what we do. We have other business ventures on our mind as well. So, you know, if that
If
happens.
the price is right?
Yes. If the price is right, then maybe. I mean, it's two of us. I'm just
Right,
speak
right,
for
right,
both of us,
right.
but we have discussed that before. So, and we say, hey, if someone want to buy us out, they want to buy us out. You know, that's fine. It's other business ventures that we have that would take some money to invest in.
Definitely like the different recipes. You got the family all involved. I was going to say it's almost like, because you guys grew up together, you have your families involved, your daughters part of the product. I mean, it's the ultimate in family business, as they say. And it sounds like your family's been very supportive. Is that?
Very supportive.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's almost like, it really helps when you have that family backing to do that entrepreneurial business venture with you and a best friend or family member. You guys have to be on one accord, and I think probably most important is writing a plan for everybody. So when your family sees that you actually have a plan, they definitely can take you more seriously and invest in you more. Is that true?
Yes, when we first said that we were going to do that, everyone thought we were out of our mind. And the good thing about family, we thought we were doing something, and we bought. We had our first order we did was just 60 bottles of wine. It sold out that first day. 60 bottles of wine was gone, just from our friends and family. So we're like, okay, wow. And we just dove head first in there.
That's what's up.
So now, and you talked about bottled water. If you coming behind this with bottled water, how would you advertise that? And
Totally different information.
It's different. It's different when you're dealing with alcohol and dealing with water. There's a lot of red tape in this. Getting into this business, it's like Tiger Woods or somebody trying to get into golf. You know? It's hard for us because we're African American. It's very hard for us. It's like we're not supposed to be doing it. When we show up somewhere, they look at us like, you know, like we shouldn't be doing it. You know.
right. That's why it's going to be so powerful.
I mean, even I think athletes here tried to do something similar, and they, African Americans, it's not going to be that easy.
You know, a lot of them have, different product, different wines and stuff. But like we say, they have their product. Their product is not ours.
Right.
Like I said, my winemaker been making wine since 1972. He's an expert. He tells us everything we need to know. Schooling on us, teaching us about it. I don't even know everything yet. I'm still learning.
Right.
With each grape comes a different learning piece. How it's made, what region it's from. All that stuff, that's a whole different ballgame.
Right.
And to have someone on your team with that knowledge,
Right.
it's great. It's a blessing,
And that's important for all entrepreneurs, not only, people that believe in you and you believe in your product, but also, the experts that are definitely to get you where you need to go. Because you may think you're an expert, but you want to do that research just to make sure that everything is on point and not go on your own understanding. And
You have to be willing to listen. There's a show on TV called Bar Rescue. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
And some of those owners just don't
listen.
listen. It's like, I would love that advice,
Right.
Like, man. But that's how a lot of owners are. You have to be open. Like I said, our minds have to be open to accept this plastic bottle. This is the beginning of something, and we're at the beginning of it. We're very proud of it.
that's what's up.
Man, that's what's up. Cheers. If y'all just tuning in, Greg Lawrence, Markell-Bani, That's what's up. I see you going in the clothing business and everything. And socks, nice shirts like this, everything. You know, jeans. Man, this is a start. I'm glad you're on our show. Black man doing his thing. Y'all really is. I'm proud of y'all, man. Big shouts out to Sean, your other partner. So, man, we just want to just congratulate you, man, on TV, man, for what you're doing, for all the hard work behind the scenes. When people see this finished product, they don't know all the sweat, blood, tears, arguments, and stuff that he had to go through to do this. You know what I mean? So, man, I am proud of you guys, and any way I can do anything, man, to push it or help, man. The Barry's Poetic session. Anytime you want to come to the show, if you have an event, we want to set up and do something with you, and man, it's on. So I thank you, man, for being on the show, man. Thank you, Sean, also, man. Thank you, Monique.
Yes, for putting this together.
And
If you got any shout outs, you want to give any shout outs?
No, I'm just shouting out everyone, you know. Like you said, we just shout out.
all right, if you have any shout outs, any people you'd like to thank, how to get in touch with you, and once again,
Markell-Bani.com. We're also on Facebook under Markell-Bani. You can also reach us at 513-791-9077. Markell-Bani, Fine Wines.
Markell-Bani, that's what's up. Yeah, man, thank you so much.
and anybody you want to thank?
I want to thank everyone. Thank you guys as well, you know, and all our people that supports us, family and friends, and to all our new supporters after this. Thank you. In advance, we appreciate it.
That's what's up.
Black owned.
Black owned. You heard that? That's what's up, man. So if our minds are clear, let's pray out. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, Lord. We thank you for new adventures. We thank you for just being a blessing to us, Lord. We ask you to enlarge our brother's territory for everything that he does, and he'll give you the glory, physically, mentally, and spiritually. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Y'all better get this.
And we'll see you next time on Barry's Poetic Session.
Holla at your boy.
I made a phone call to this woman one day. I didn't believe the words I began to say. My soothing voice played like a jazz song, laying her down to rest. I tried to wake her. I did my best. My soulmate needed to sleep, and so did I. But I didn't care that she needed sleep, even though I knew why. She listened to my voice heave up and down before she would sigh. She wanted me close, to vocally give her a sensual high. She is mesmerized by me, at least that's what I hope. My voice is so addicted to her, she holds on to it like rope. She hangs on tightly to the very words I say before she starts to drift and her body begins to sway. My voice penetrates her deeply as she no longer plays it cool. I permeate her inner being, slowly making her drool with my mere words that my lips spew, filling her up as my voice caresses her too. Love is the ultimate want. She wishes this to be, infatuated with my voice so far, what I see. As she anticipates my lips' true kisses through her taunts, taking it slow is what she says she wants. If I am her man, I will feel her whole being. She need not ask if there's someone else I'm seeing. She will no longer wonder what our relationship will be. All she has to do is ask if I'm ready, and I will say, absolutely. A spirituality and relationship she and I both seek. If we grow together, we'll reach the ultimate peak. I could not believe the phone call we shared before I had to go. All this was done before I got a dial tone and said, hello.